Have you noticed that most every presidential candidate, both parties, declares himself a leader, a can-do person, someone who gets things done? There's no modesty, no sense that government has limits. That's why my vote for worst presidential candidate this week goes to Christie. Christie wins my worst prize for what he did to New Jersey taxpayers in the name of fixing Atlantic City. Fixing. 6 years ago, the city was going broke, and the governor said,
"We need to reform and rebuild Atlantic City, and we need to do it without government money."
Without government money. That was good. Small government principles. In the Washington Post, reporter David Fahrenthold explained correctly that Christie had a couple of options. He could do nothing, let the free market drive out the weaker casinos, hope the city and casinos would innovate their way out of the problem. That was the small government solution, the best solution. There'd be upheaval. Some people owed money, wouldn't be paid in full, but heck, Atlantic City by then had become fat and inefficient thanks to casino taxes. It was paying $1 million a year in pensions to long-retired lifeguards who only worked 4 months a year. Time to cut some fat. But no. Instead, the politicians stepped in. Christie's advisor said he should take over the whole city. He didn't. His concession to small government was that he took over only half. The cool half, all the casinos. Christie put all of them under the oversight of a state agency funded by casino taxes. It would save money by replacing Atlantic City's old government agencies.
We're going to get rid of these agencies. We're going to put it under one state agency for control, and we're going to have the casinos as partners in that agency.
And therefore, he said, again, there will be no cost to taxpayers.
And you have my word, it's going to be done without any government money.
But of course, that's not what happened. The bureaucrats spent millions on public art projects like this statue of a nude holding a dead deer. Does this inspire you to gamble at a casino? No? They also bought TV ads. They spent money to come up with a slogan. Do AC. Do 4-inch heels. Do 5-star meals. Do we time. But none of the government's brilliant ideas worked, and the casinos kept going bankrupt. When this casino's owner gave up on even finishing his hotel, called the Revel, Christie decided he would finish it. He got the legislature to okay $200 million in tax incentives and a $2 million grant. Why not, said his advisor. You have a stalled construction project, so by building it, you get employment for people in the construction unions, the politically connected construction unions. And that no tax money pledge, gone. Now taxpayers were investing.
We are going to make the type of investment both in terms of our dollars and in terms of our manpower and our support that we need to make sure that we bring this city to a new renaissance.
The Revel opened, lost money, and filed for bankruptcy just 1 year later.
A bankrupt beauty. It's closing in less than a month.
Right now, almost every casino in Atlantic City is bankrupt.
Trump's casino failed too, though Trump said he made money, even if Atlantic City didn't.
The losing streak continues for Atlantic City.
So is Christie apologetic now? No. Politicians never apologize. This month in Iowa, he was asked whether in hindsight he would have done anything differently. Nothing, he replied. Worse, his new solution to government failure is now more government.
Now, greater state involvement makes sense.
This week, the governor announced his state would take over the other half of Atlantic City.
We're committed to using every tool that will now be available to us to restructure the city's debt, as well as re-engineer city services.
I like how the Washington Post reporter puts it. Christie's decision reflects his style of governing. Confident, pugnacious, braggadocious, unwilling to acknowledge the limits of his power. That's right. He demonstrates the arrogance of the big government politician, and I sure don't want him to be my president.